Detective Sarah Mitchell had always been different. Today, like almost every other day, she's in the interrogation room trying to make a criminal confess to his crimes and go on the record. But today is not just any other random day, and she was not with any random criminal. It was Victor Kane, her career nemesis, and he had finally made a slip, and he had ended up in her interrogating room after evading justice for 8 good years. But there was more to Kane than Sarah knew. In a city plagued by an endless wave of unsolved crimes, her uncanny ability set her apart. Sarah could read minds, an extraordinary gift that had both blessed and burdened her life. Not that any other human knew about her weird ability. Her thoughts were usually a crowded room filled with the whispers and fears and secrets of those around her. It was a power that made her an exceptional detective, but it also made her choose to remain alone more often than not. The city itself bore the scars of its crime problem. It was a place where danger lurked in every shadow, and citizens lived in a constant state of unease. Murders, robberies, and disappearances had become routine headlines, and the police force was stretched to its absolute limits. Kane wasn't a known face, but the actions of his hands were fully known by those who'd been on the receiving end of his brutal nature. Every time Sarah had been close to finding him, he slipped away, and she spent hours wondering why she could not get close enough to read the thoughts of the criminal she knew was Kane. But the truth is, Sarah wasn't the only one with weird abilities. She could see into the hidden parts and minds of people. Kane could see the future. In the dimly lit interrogation room, the mental battle between Sarah and Kane escalates. Sarah's mind, usually a well-honed instrument for uncovering secrets, becomes a tempest of questions and inquiries. She tries to breach Kane's mental defenses, but it's as if he's encased in an impenetrable fortress. Kane, in contrast, wears a knowing smirk. With each of Sarah's attempts to extract information, he effortlessly anticipates her moves. His mind games intensify, and he revels in showcasing his power to see the future. He predicts Sarah's questions with eerie accuracy, and he answers before she can utter a word. As the minutes tick by, Sarah's frustration grows, and she realizes that confronting Kane may require more than just her mind-reading ability. The tension in the room builds as their powers clash, setting the stage for a battle of wits that will determine the course of their uneasy alliance. As Sarah and Kane continue their mental standoff, the tension in the room momentarily eases. Kane's confident demeanor falters, and he finds himself compelled to share his past. Kane's voice trembles as he recounts the day he discovered his unique abilities, a gift that arrived at a great personal cost. He vividly describes the traumatic event that scarred him for life, a moment when he, oblivious to the fact that the things he saw were more than meaningless dreams and would not help his only living relative from being shot by a thief because she would not release Kane's iPod. He had dreamt about it, only it was not a dream. Sarah listened intently, her earlier frustration giving way to empathy as she glimpsed the torment behind Kane's enigmatic facade. The revelation of his past marks a turning point in their encounter, leaving both of them with a profound understanding of the complexities of their abilities and the shared burden they carry. But she had a duty to the badge she carried around. Sarah, the unwavering detective, starts to question not only Kane's actions, but her own role in the justice system. She grapples with the moral implications of her mind-reading ability, how it's granted her unique power over others, the power to pry into their most private thoughts. The realization dawns upon her that in their own ways, both she and Kane are outsiders, burdened by their extraordinary abilities. Their shared moment of vulnerability creates a connection neither of them expected, and the lines between what it meant to be a detective and a criminal begin to blur. In a way, they were the same. In the midst of what seemed to be a tense interrogation, a pivotal moment occurs that sends shockwaves through the room. Sarah, her mind relentlessly probing for answers, stumbles upon a revelation that shakes her to her core. Then Sarah realizes that she was looking at the case choice or wrong. She discovers an intricate web of connections linking Cain's haunting past to the unsolved crimes that have haunted the city for years. It explained how his name was the common factor in all of the cases. The evidence she uncovered, previously hidden in plain sight, paints a startling picture. A picture that Cain is not merely a criminal mastermind, but a man driven by a mission to uncover the hidden truth behind the city's darkest mysteries. In that moment, when the revelation hits her, a surprising decision emerges from Sarah, a decision that defies the convention of detective work. Instead of pressing Cain further for a confession, she takes an unexpected step. Sarah offers Cain a tentative alliance. She proposes they put their unique abilities to use, working together to solve the city's unsolved crimes. Their partnership, though fragile, carries the potential to bring closure to the families of victims and uncover the hidden truths that have long eluded justice. As they embark on this uncharted path, Sarah and Cain find themselves navigating not only the complexities of their extraordinary abilities, but also the intricacies of a partnership that blurs the lines between detective and criminal. There they were, two unknown sides of weird, forming an alliance to bring sanity back to a neighborhood they cherished. They become a formidable team, capable of reading minds and seeing the future. However, as their confidence grows, so does their desire for control. They forget the principle of the butterfly. Driven by their shared sense of power, they start manipulating events to their advantage, believing they can rid the city of crime more effectively by preemptively preventing criminal acts. They begin to orchestrate elaborate schemes, targeting those they deem potential threats even before they commit any crimes. Cain was thought to be a criminal from the start, so there wasn't much of an issue on his side. The problem was Detective Sarah. Being a detective meant upholding the laws of justice. But is it justice if the person has yet to commit the offense? Their powers, once a beacon of hope, are now tools of manipulation. They use their abilities to manipulate the thoughts and actions of everyone, anticipating and changing the flow of things. One question hangs in the balance. Who then is the criminal? Those they attacked, Victor Cain, or the detective, who seemed to have forgotten the oath she swore?